And good morning to everyone. How's your Sunday? I hope everything is well in your world as Meridian and Mississippi really bypassed a big storm yesterday. We were very fortunate. This thing went to the east, and it was not so fortunate for a lot of our friends that live to the east around Tuscaloosa, Northport, Alabama. Have you seen the pictures of that? We'll show that. A lot of things going on as we begin this day, and tragedy yesterday on I-65 north in Alabama, where we don't know the number yet. Multiple people were killed in an accident. We'll get to that here in just a moment and show everything. First off, happy Father's Day to everyone. I hope you get a chance to call your dad, talk to him for a few moments, and there are those of us who will have lost their dads that can't do that. But keep them in mind. And a big thank you to those who are wishing me a happy Father's Day here this morning also. Thank you so much. We'll get to comments here in just a moment as we begin this Sunday. I hope you can go to church. God's got a message for you, whether you're there in person. I hope you can do it in person. If not, watch online. There are plenty of churches that would love to have you a part of it. Do that as we celebrate Father's Day together. Let's start with an amazing story before we get into the news. And I'll show part of this, and then if you want to see more, I invite you to go to my Facebook page. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this by now, but still touching as we look at Buddy, who is at Mississippi State. Now, this is a picture with him with the bandages. Now, on my page from the Tunica Humane Society, there's the first picture that's been released of Buddy without bandages, if you want to take a look at what that poor little fellow looks like, where he's been burned. Still in good spirits, and he is the heartthrob of Mississippi right now. Represents a lot as Mississippi State cares for him. So we wish him a speedy recovery. If you'd like to learn more about Buddy, go to my Facebook page and take a look at that. Truly an amazing story. And still rumors of the law may be changed as if you do something like this, that they'll be able to act and do something to, no matter the age of what was done. Pure meanness. There's no other way to word that. So keep Buddy in your thoughts, as that's got to be painful no matter what. If it's a dog, it's a human, whatever it is, it's very painful, very painful. As I mentioned, tragedy struck yesterday. This was near Greenville, Alabama, and originally a meteorologist shared her picture. Since then, that's been taken down for whatever reason, I don't know. But it was horrible. The only picture that I've got left is someone who done a drone footage up above, and this is what the scene looked like as you go to Facebook to look at these pictures. This is where the accident was. Multiple people. The entire interstate was shut down for 5 hours yesterday. There's no other way to word it of just what went on. We don't know, and there's a different view of it. We don't know how many people lost their lives in that wreck yesterday, but as we see headlines come out of this, this is what is, we don't know. The Tupaloosa County Girls Ranch vehicle was involved, so we do know that there were children involved in this loss yesterday. Keep your prayers going. This is we'll learn more about this as it goes along, but heart touching. I don't even know where to begin on that. So just keep that in mind as you're saying your prayers and you head off to church this morning. We also yesterday, as I mentioned, we dodged a huge bullet yesterday with the storms that come through. As we go to Bruton, Alabama, I don't know if you've seen the pictures of it. They did get a tornado. We mentioned it yesterday morning when we went live, and here's a snapshot of some of the pictures that happened there. As you look at this, lots of damage there. And again, this is Bruton, Alabama, is where this went on. Just multiple trees down on homes, buildings totally destroyed. So there's a lot of folks to our east that are trying to rebuild their lives this morning as that horrible storm came through. And again, that's Bruton, Alabama is what we're looking at there. Now, as you get further, you get back to this Tuscaloosa yesterday. Have you seen all of the pictures that went on there, the flooding? Here's a picture here in Northport, Alabama, which is just, it's really Tuscaloosa is what it is. But look at the flooding here. As you can see, the Waffle House in the background already climbing up above the car there. Lots of these, just numerous pictures of this. And this could have been our area had that storm not gone just a wee bit west. As you look in the background on this, this is flooding in Northport last night. Look at all that water as it comes across. That coming out of the windows of the house there. And that so easily could have been us as this storm came ashore and did all that damage there. So lots to be thankful for this morning as we say our prayers and get our day going. It is. Let me see. There was something else that I was going to show on that. Meridian, I want to point this out also. The city of Meridian has released this information, and beginning 4 days from now, there's going to be a bridge closure. I want to point this out. They're going to be closing Old Highway 80 Bridge at Oak Tibby Creek. It's going to be closed starting June 24th, and roughly 10 months that will be down. Here's the route there. If you want to learn more about it, I've got it on my Facebook page. You can study that, or go to the City of Meridian page to look at it and to learn more about it. So that's going to be a little issue there with travel for quite some time. Other things that are in the news this morning, and we can probably see this coming, and I expect to hear more of this. It's just, will America allow this to continue? And Macy Grace, who is a R&B singer, is urging that the American flag now be changed. That's the headlines this morning. Governor Kristi Noem says, nope, it's not happening. But there will be a push on this. This is just the beginning of this. They're saying the flag represents racist. It represents America to me. We'll hear more about this, I'm sure, as we begin that. All right. Again, thank you for all the Father's Day wishes. Sue Hemingway, how are you today? And thank you so much. Linda Culpepper's up. Happy Father's Day. Thank you, Terry Ray. Along with Donna Hawkins is up. Alicia Fisher, Miss Beth Vick. Thank you for the wishes there. Roy Ellis is up. Happy Father's Day. And to all those fathers watching this morning, Kathleen Lynn, how are you? And happy Father's Day. Morning, everyone, from Andrew Dabbs and Miss Linda Culpepper. Good morning to you as well. I'm glad to have each and every one of you this morning as we start this. Now, let's turn our thoughts. Now, it's going to be hot today. Did I mention that? Let's turn our thoughts to weather, and we'll dig deep into the forecast now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we wake up, let's pull up radar now. It looks a little different than it did yesterday. The hurricane has now made its way to Georgia. We're all clear in the state of Mississippi as we back out and take a look at this. Showers around New Orleans drifting to the northeast. Still showers around Tallahassee as we move up into this. Atlanta is where the storm is now, but it's lost its punch. It's going to make its way on across here with some wind and head on out. And within the next 2 to 3 days, it'll be over by Wednesday at 1 a.m. It's gone. It'll, as they say, just kind of fade away. But it has left behind a lot of damage, countless tornadoes through here in Alabama, and flooding, tons of that as we look at that. All right, let's dig deeper into the forecast of what's going to be happening today. As I mentioned, it will be warm. As we go back and look at the record highs and record lows today, 1953 was 101 today. We won't quite get there. We'll be 10 degrees short of that. Heat index, though, will be there. Record low in 1965 was set at 54 degrees upon this date. As we move forward, this is what we expect in Alabama here. Rain and thunderstorms to the east the further you get across Troy, Alabama, in these areas here. As we look at Demopolis, Livingston, all these areas will be rain-free and warmer also. As we look, rain and thunderstorms, as we look at what's going to be happening today, heat stress possibilities. It's going to be on the west side of Mississippi, starting here around Vicksburg and going through the Mississippi Delta. We're expecting it to be about 105 on that heat index inside, and that'll start around noon until dark. Now, the Meridian area will hit 99 to 100 on the heat index side with a high of about 91, and this will go northward all the way up toward Starkville in these areas here. So warm, warm, warm. We'll be in those low 90s, but that heat index will be almost breathtaking, as they say. Expect more of this to follow. We're into June, mid-June, and more is to come as we head toward the 4th of July. This is what we're expecting tomorrow on flash flooding. We need to go ahead and get into this. As it looks, it'll go high and low and just taking out the Meridian and Philadelphia, Winston County areas where the Mississippi Delta will have flash flooding. And just to the south, as we get into right around where Jay's Taxidermy is, and east, southeast of there, down through Laurel, Hattiesburg, over to Brookhaven. These areas have a chance of flash flooding of 1 to 3 inches tomorrow. We'll watch this. Maybe the forecast will change just a little bit. The Meridian area, I think, is forecast to get about an inch out of this. But these areas here that you see in bright yellow could receive up to 3 inches. And this would be just west of Columbus, up near Starkville in these areas here. As we look at the possibility of severe weather, it looks as though the severe weather tomorrow will be in North Mississippi and the Delta as we go across this and go from Eupora up to Cleveland to Greenville, all this in the Delta. And again, this will be 2 o'clock to about 10 p.m. if you've got to do some travels up in North Mississippi. And we'll watch this closely throughout the day tomorrow to make sure that this doesn't drift south a little bit there. As we look ahead, this is where Claudette is now, right there at Atlanta right now as it comes across. As we look at the path and the winds as she goes across through there, and we get to where is what they're feeling there. In South Carolina, around 8 p.m. tonight, they'll feel what's left of this storm as it makes its way on out and fades away. Again, that's that path there that she'll be done and be over by Wednesday as we looked at it on our radar. So it's going away. This is what the temperatures look like, and although that says cooler, you won't believe me when I show you the temperatures there. Very hot to our West Phoenix and those areas out there. Record-breaking year in temperatures. We're still at normal to cooler, we'll say that. As we pull up your 7-day forecast, let's talk about this a second as we look at our highs and lows for today. As we get into this, we see today that it's 91, a slither, maybe that's the better word for it, of a slight chance of rain there late, as it's going to be a beautiful day there. 99 on the heat index side. We'll hit 91 for the high. Now, only down to 72 for tonight. As we go into tomorrow is where we have that risk of some severe weather, a 60% chance of showers, and it's going to be mainly after 3 o'clock tomorrow. So we've got all day leading up to the afternoon hours. High of 88, and it's going to be gusty. 20-mile-an-hour gust as this comes in. As remember, the worst of the weather will be out to our northwest of the Meridian area and north of Forest and Scott County and all that area. As we go into Tuesday, the rain's not gone. We have an 80% chance that will happen most likely before 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it'll be rainy most of the day on Tuesday. Your yard's just not going to dry out. As we roll into Wednesday, we've got more of the same, a 30% chance, 40% chance is what we're going to. National Weather Service says 30. My system is telling us it's going to be a 40% chance on Wednesday. Typically, that works pretty close. As we roll into Thursday, still a 40. Look at that. It's in the forecast every day this week. Now, some will be worse than others, but rain forecasted every day. It's just not going to dry out. This is getting to that point to where you really can't put, if you were to need to pull over on the side of the road, you better make sure it's concrete because you'll be there. You know how it gets. As we look at on into July 4th, let's look at our temperatures, what will happen as we pull this up. We're down to 83 on the 27th. That's that little bitty cool snap there. After that, we're back into the mid to upper 80s there. By July 4th, it looks like we'll have sunshine and a slight chance of rain that afternoon. Again, we're a good ways out from that. The forecast could change, but not a bad-looking day as we move into our Independence Day on July 4th as we welcome that. That's not that long off. So that's sort of the plans on there. Again, a happy Father's Day to everybody as you're waking up, getting your day started. We're planning a big show for you in the morning. I'll be back in the morning at 6:30 to give you all the weather details. We'll have plenty of headlines in between now and then we'll have our morning show kicking off at 8 a.m. with Candace, so she'll come back and join me. We'll have all the stories and things that affect you that's going on across the South and across the United States, the top headline stories. Join us in the morning. Again, that begins at 8 right here on Facebook. We'll be on YouTube, we'll be on Twitch, and then we'll also be on television on MeTV. You can find that on Comcast and several other outlets to get that, or on antenna, however you want to do that. But join us. We'll be back very soon. And a big thank you to all the sponsors that bring this about every day, that bring us, that support us, able to buy more equipment, make things even better. Thank you all for being a part of this. We appreciate it. I'll see you soon. God bless, and have a happy Father's Day as we celebrate this today.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by